Hi, my name's James. I'm one of the animators here at Kiri and Lou, and in this video I'm going to show you how to create a stop motion character from a single ball of clay. And we use clay for all of our characters here because it's the perfect material for creating interesting and expressive animation.
What shall we do? What shall we do? It's time to have fun with Kiri and Lou.
Okay, so let's make a character. Now this is a technique that I learned back in the UK working for Urban Animations, where they really perfected this method of character creation. So to start with, you just want to make your clay nice and warm so that it won't kind of tear as we're creating a character. Once you've got your clay nice and warm, you want to think about it in kind of proportions of the body. So you want to start with the head. So you pull up a little bit from the top, and that will eventually be our character's head. From there, you want to pull a smaller piece out on each side. That will be the character's arms. And you need to try and keep these kind of symmetrical. You can move stuff around later on. From there, you can take this bottom bit of the ball and drag it along. And these will become our character's legs. So we've kind of set up the proportions of this so that there's a lot of weight in the bottom of the puppet, because for something where you're making a character out of clay, you need to think about how the weight is going to be affected when you're trying to animate it. So if you make a character that's really top heavy with really spindly legs, it's just going to fall over all the time and you won't be able to keep consistency. Whereas if you make it have kind of weight in the bottom of the body, really strong legs and smaller on the top, then you'll have a much better chance of being able to keep your character upright when it needs to balance, say, on one leg. So I've got these larger legs at the bottom, and once I know roughly their proportions, I'm just going to rip down the middle to create almost like a starfish shape. And then there are my character's two legs. Once you've got your legs set up, you kind of need to make sure that this can stand up on its own, because with the legs as they are at the minute, they're really soft. And if you try and make it stand up, it just falls over. And that's no good, because you need stability in your character for when you're animating. So the way to get that is to take your character's legs on your set and pushing down to create a flat surface. And you kind of need to go around the whole leg. You can do one leg at a time. Lift this one out of the way. Push this one down, put that one down. And just make sure your character has a nice stable base so that when you take your hands away, it stands up on their own. So from there, we're almost there. Like, we've got the base shape of a character, and from this you can kind of create anything you want. And you can play around with the proportions to make the character you want. Just kind of trying to remember about where the weight of your character is, because that's one of the most important things for when you're creating something entirely out of clay. So from here, I'll just do a bit of refining. You can make the head whatever shape you want. You can give them facial features. You can give them eyes, nose, mouths, hats, gloves, scarves, shoes, accessories, pets, whatever you want. But the idea of making the entire puppet from one piece of clay rather than rolling out a piece and putting it on from the arm, rolling out a piece, putting it on from the leg, rolling out a ball, putting it on for the head, is if you do that, then there are always going to be weak points when you animate. Every time you move the arm, it's just going to break off. Every time you move a leg, it's going to break off. Whereas with this, you can move the legs, you can move the arms, you can move the head, you can move the body, and it will hold its shape. Okay, so now we've learned how to make our puppet, Nikki and I are going to show you just how many things you can make from the same ball of clay. You ready, Nikki?
Yes! We're gonna go ready in 3, 2, 1!
So there you have it, all of these characters from one ball of clay. See what you can create.
Next time, we're going to give you some tips and tricks to help your characters come to life.